Hi, my name's Mrs. Lawson-Broadwood. I'm the Careers Lead at HLC and I'm going to guide you through this booklet about support for the options process at Year 9. Here at HLC we start our careers education in Year 7, and as we go through the roadmap we do lots of activities in order to support our young people in making their decisions at options in terms of work experience and in terms of their post-16. They're all important decisions at Year 11. We don't believe it's a quick decision. We believe that needs planning and needs developing, much like the students themselves. So we start off with Year 7. And as you can see going through, we make sure we have lots of activities, lots of contact with employers, lots of chance to meet them, lots of time to develop their skills, starting off with what we all know as soft skills, which are actually employability skills. Then we move to looking at the options in Year 9, a plethora of subjects to choose from, and then moving to Year 10 where we have the opportunity for work experience and the application forms. And from there, having gone through that process, we're then looking into Year 11, which is the all-important the exam year, and we're looking at taking all that experience and all that wonderful time and all those wonderful achievements they've had and putting their CVs together ready for interviews. And hopefully when they've had successful exams, then we go on to their decisions and we support them all the way to making their decisions, whether it's sixth form, college, apprenticeships, traineeships. We support them all, and we do encourage all our students to keep in touch with us as well, even when they've left, because we like to know they're still doing well. So let's stop at the road sign. We need to look at which subjects are for you. We're at Year 9 and let's try and work out and gaze through our crystal ball. Start Profile is a free service. It's a free website which is designed to help students navigate their way through the maze of qualification choices, academic and vocational, and employment pathways and career decisions. All of this information is in one place. We use it a lot in our school, and the good news about it is that it's available for parents. Parents can have their own logons to it as well. We know that it's used widely across many schools in Telford and Wrekin, and we'd like to share with you how you can use the website and what information can be used on it to help you with the options decisions. So hopefully you're on startprofile.com and you will see the window here on the left for step number 1, the first pink step, if you choose register. Then on step number 2 you will see the first part of the screen where you were looking at first names, surnames. We recommend for students that they use the school logon, which is their first name, surname, then at lct.education, and therefore we recommend using the school postcode, which is put in the box as you can see. And if you the last box is gender, so it's male, female, other, or prefer not to say. It's up to you what you want to fill in there. The third box is the username for Start Profile. Now obviously that needs to be unique and the password needs to be unique, but one thing I must stress is that the school cannot reset the passwords on Start Profile. So you please make sure you've got a login name and a memorable password and that you know that you can get back into it. And the final step, that is it for registration. Once you've done and you press get started on step number 3, then you get step 4. It asks you to log in for the first time properly. So on step 5, this is where you're logging in. So you're using your Start Profile username and your Start Profile password. If, however, you don't want to register, then as you can see in the yellow box, then we recommend you continue as a guest for parents. Parents are though very welcome to create a login for it, and then we move over to step 6 where both parents and students will see the first option at the top, and we say that if parents follow the pink arrow, because it says you can click I am a parent, and students follow the blue arrow, then there's 2 different options. Students go to step 7 where they need to type in the full name of the school, Hadley Learning Community Secondary Phase, click with your year group, which is obviously Year 9, and you absolutely don't need a registration code. So students, that will take you over to step 8, and parents, you can skip that one and go straight to the data usage statement. Once you're satisfied with that, press continue and then we move on. What Well, the first part of Start Profile, we recommend this is for students. So if we point this one for you guys, then at the top you'll see My Profile, and then on the left you see those green buttons. At the moment yours will look red because you've just logged in. The way to make them green is if you click on the My Likes, My Work Preferences, My Skills, all of those, then you'll see what they look like below. There's a little copy of them. You need to rate them. And the more you rate, the more accurate you get. If you can put things as unrated if you've got no experience of it, but I'll let you into a secret. The more you put in, the more accurate Start Profile can be, and the more honest you are in terms of what you click on. That's going to help with the accuracy. So that's very much for students because obviously this is about making sure we've got some guidance for you. And by filling that in, you'll actually see in the middle is the box on the right. On your screen on the website it will be halfway down, and you should see by choosing lots of the rate options in the profile, you'll then get Start Profile recommending jobs for you. So then all you've got to do at this point is start clicking and having a look. So there's one way to find out jobs, and the reason why we're looking at jobs, because it might be useful to find out what sort of careers you might be interested in, and then work backwards to find out what qualifications and subjects will help you get there. Another way to find out about the jobs available and the information from Start is by pressing the button on the yellow and the taskbar at the top called World of Work. And if we just follow the yellow on the left hand side at the moment, if you press the World of Work, you get these two options below, whether you can explore by employer or explore by industry. So if you're thinking of health, education, engineering, you can go into that route on industry, or if you know the names of employers, you can go investigate that way around. Those are the options on the left. A particularly nice feature on the World of Work button though is where you can actually type in the specific thing you're interested in. Now you don't need the job title, you can actually click some of the skills or just the areas or the topic that you like particularly, and your search will work like that. So here I've typed in engineer, and as you can see it's come up with some job names for engineer, and they're very, very varied for that for engineer. And at the bottom you'll see the suitability, because on this profile I've actually started to put in the ratings on that personal profile, so I can click on those two. But the most important one I want you to look at right now will be the show more. Right, by clicking on Show More for a specific job, this is what comes up next. You've got a What's It All About. And one of the nice things about Start Profile, if you look in the yellow box here, it actually shows you all routes in. It talks about apprenticeships and traineeships, obviously as well as qualifications. So all pathways for post-16 are shown. Now this is relevant again because knowing where you might want to end up is going to determine some of your qualifications you want to choose now. And you can see as well there's also live job vacancies too. Some of the other information you'll see on this page, you'll see that Start do have a relationship with some employers, not all of them, but you can see some of what they call featured employers. And probably the most favourite part are the salaries that are on offer for a specific job. That's what students like to have a look at. If you like the sound of the job from that information, then feel free to rate it. And if you're absolutely not sure, then there's videos, as you can see as well on this page, for you to find out and see the people who are in the job, talk to, and you can have a listen to those. But we're going to look more into what else we can find out about the job using the left-hand menu. On the left-hand menu, if you choose the qualifications button around about fourth down, then you need to also click in the middle where the pink arrow is showing. Where are you now? Where are you now in your education? So here we're looking at is secondary. We're not interested in what year at the moment. The Start's not asking that. So we click those two, and what we then got is some suggestions. Now, for the sake of the video, I've put in as many random suggestions as I can. You'll see an accountant, and if we look at what's available here, it actually talks about the GCSEs in order to become an accountant. It shows you which ones are needed. Now that's a specific job title. So if we move to the middle where we're looking at textiles, you don't need to put in a specific job title. You can put in the subject itself. And then it comes up with careers, which is what we've done on World of Work. And then it actually starts showing you the particular the jobs and the qualifications available in the textiles industry, and that's the job, the information here. And the last one, always a popular one, is a sports related career, and I've used sports development officer, and you can see the qualifications that are coming up through start profile here. So roll your oyster on this one. If I thoroughly recommend using the World of Work button, and you can test it in terms of favourite topics, favourite job titles, favourite school subjects, and it starts showing you which careers are available and what qualifications by clicking on that fourth button on the menu. Now here's a couple of buttons that may be more focused for parents and carers, but it's thoroughly recommended for students and parents and carers. It's called availability, and this comes under the umbrella of labour market information. Now the point of this is so that you understand the careers and employability that you might want to pursue in our economic area. So let's go through and let's break it down. First of all, we're clicking on availability, and in the first bar chart in orange you can see the current employment of that particular career you're interested in, and how many of those jobs are in each particular area. That's the bar chart. Round about the right hand side you'll see Wales and West Midlands, and hovering over it in the live environment you'll see that gives the name. In the line graph below you'll see that what the prospects are like for that career in terms of how it's going to grow, and whether it's a growing industry and growing career pathway or one in decline. The pie charts at the bottom will give you an idea of how many jobs are full-time and part-time and self-employed for that specific career pathway that you've investigated, and for some you actually see the gender split, whether there are more males and females in that particular role, which some find important. And on the flip side you can actually look at whether there is more bias in one particular area, and if you're in the opposite side you might find there's more opportunities because people are trying to make sure there is no gender split when it comes to career choices. The second button to highlight in this labour market information area, the live vacancies. Now these genuinely are vacancies around in our area, and these are vacancies in terms of apprenticeships, in terms of employment and traineeships. So through clicking on it you'll actually find what's available and see the areas and in our local region. The jobs that are usually supplied through Indeed, but the Start do have other connections, and you can actually see what jobs are there in our local area. So that's another good tip to look at for labour market information provided by Start. Well, that was a quick guided tour on using Start Profile. Hopefully it shows you a way to support your decisions going into your options and going forward, and it shows you that we take these decisions very seriously, and we want to make sure that students are supported all the way from year 7 and all the way to when they leave in year 11, and we like to offer support to them and keep in contact with them afterwards to make sure that they're doing okay, and if they need further support when they leave we offer that too. But this is about helping you make those important options decisions. Hopefully that's covered all that's needed to start you off, pardon the pun, on using Start Profile. We use it a lot in school, and just a hat tip to Couture UK, which is one of our HLC Young Enterprise companies, for the artwork for this video.